You Taurus are becoming very much so spiritual. The Hierophant, the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Swords. This really is about you, Taurus, really getting back in touch with who you are and what you want and where you're going in life. And because of that, you, Taurus, have a better understanding of who you are and your connection with the universe, right? And more so specifically, your surroundings. So it's making you more intelligent right off the rip because you're more aware of yourself and what's going on around you. Because a lot of you Taurus have been able to look within instead of looking without, instead of looking outside of yourself, instead of looking, on the outside and just constantly looking for, love that doesn't seem to necessarily come to you because of some sort of dysfunction. And, a lot of you Taurus decided to do the wise thing and to essentially meditate, right? The Eight of Cups, meditate. Think about the mistakes that you've made as well as the mistakes that other people have made with you and what you could have done better and what they could have done better. And the King of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles represents now you have a better understanding of how to be in a relationship and one that works for you. So a lot of you Taurus understand that you have a better understanding, like I said, of flaws that you need to work on, as well as the flaws that other people would need to work on if you spend enough time hanging out with them. And because the Ten of Pentacles, you understand better what it takes to be in a long-lasting relationship. Unfortunately, when it comes to Taurus, even though y'all are the lovers and y'all want to be in love and you want somebody to be in love with you, unfortunately, the Taurus doesn't necessarily. A lot of Taurus people are not really in long-term relationships like that. And it's ironic because y'all are the lovers, right? Like y'all love to love, but at the same time, a lot of you be trying to ask yourself, why is it that the relationships don't really last very long? And part of the reason why is because, well, you honestly, you stick to people that you shouldn't, and you let go and you kind of run people away that you should stick to. And what I mean by that is it takes a while for you Taurus to really decide that you're going to like somebody and you accept them as a significant other. Just in general, friend, family member, significant other. So the situation for you Taurus is that as a result of that, you Taurus often end up sticking to somebody that doesn't really deserve that, for you to have all this loyalty for them. It's okay to show some form of disloyalty. It's just that, and it sounds crazy coming from me, but you want to, you want to be loyal to people, but you don't want to be so loyal to the point where it self-sabotages you, right? You don't want to stunt or mess up your own growth. And the best way for you to make sure that it doesn't stunt your own growth is by making sure that you're in a position to actually strive and thrive. Now, the Ten of Pentacles, however, like I said, you have a better understanding of how to be in a relationship now because of that, right? So now the Eight of Wands is about how the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords, like I said, it's a real spiritual time for you because now it's just a matter of actually putting that into practice, right? The best thing for you to do is to not necessarily hold on to someone so tight and to let them breathe, because you want to be chosen, but you want to be chosen, but you have to allow people to choose you, right? Because that's essentially what a relationship is. For you to choose the other person and for them to actually choose you. But in order for that to happen, there's an element of free will. And the thing with Taurus, right, with y'all, is that y'all can have a problem with that, because I've liked a couple of Taurus before. My brother's a Taurus, and at a time that I wanted to hang out with my friends at the time, my brother would have a problem with that. And it's like, my gosh, You know what I mean? Like, my gosh, I'm doing my homework. I have 3 jobs. I'm getting A's and B's in class. I mean, my gosh, you know what I'm saying? Like, cut me some slack. I'm not gonna, like, I have a head on my shoulders. I'm not going to be running around playing with my nose, if you know what I mean, right? Sniffing something. Like, I'm not doing all of that. I don't take substances. I'm clear-minded 100% of it as far as substances is concerned. I don't do any of that type of stuff. Never really got into any of that. It's like, my gosh, give me a break. I'm not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record. My gosh. So it's like the thing about you know, and the Hierophant represents Taurus and Sagittarius, very beginning card. So you're very much so in your own element. But what I'm trying to say here is sometimes the need to eliminate risk is what's getting y'all, because the person doesn't necessarily mean you harm per se, nor are they really planning on betraying you. But you sometimes you Taurus can try to get out ahead in front of it, and that can end up squandering you. If a person chooses to not choose you and they choose to choose other people, you got to learn to let go. You got to learn to let go. And a lot of you Taurus are learning to let go. But the Ten of Wands is that it's hard. It's difficult because you want this person to love you so bad. And I get it. But at the same time, you Taurus have to understand, you know, you're fixed earth on top of that. You Taurus have to learn to be like more like air or more like water, in a sense that adapt to situations and learn to let go. And that not everybody is going to have your best interest in mind, and that's okay. That's perfectly okay, because if you're thinking that a person needs to be with you and hang out with you and do things for you all the time and be there with you all the time, that's not a relationship. That's a codependent. That's a codependency. That's a codependent relationship. So the Strength and the Page of Pentacles now is about how the way that you're going to grow. When you grow, you'll realize the benefit in letting go, right? There's way more power in letting go and knowing what to hold near and dear to you than there is in trying to keep everything and everyone that you love super tight and smothering. That smothering develops contempt. Different words, even though it sounds closely similar, but it develops contempt because the person is like, why won't you let me breathe? You know what I mean? And that's the same scenario that I was talking about with my brother being a Taurus. I'm a Virgo. Like, I'm mutable earth. So for me, I'm not running around trying to create mischief. But if you need to know that. If you hanging around me and you don't know that enough, and you trying to stop me from doing what it is that I want to do, that's a problem. Because now I'm not planning on doing anything messed up in the first place. So you need to accept the fact that I'm a Virgo. I'm mutable earth. I'm going to come out. I'm going to do whatever it is that I want to do. I'm going to chill. I'm going to do whatever I want. But at the same time, if you don't trust me to, and if you don't understand, hey, almost straight A student, 3 jobs, come home every night, I'm not hanging out with hood boogers, I'm not doing dumb stuff, I don't have, you know what I'm saying, an STD or an STI, I don't drink, I don't smoke, you know what I'm saying, like come on, you know. So yeah, so let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Strength. The Hanged Man, Hierophant again, Queen of Wands, 2 of Swords. Yeah, you know, this will require much contemplation on your part and patience. You will have to learn to not be like that. That will occur over time. You will learn to let go over time, right? Because part of Part of the reason why a lot of you Taurus ends up losing so much love in the first place, right? Y'all should be writing this down. Y'all need to take notes. Y'all should really be soaking up this game. I'm telling you how to fix your problems when it comes to the matters of the heart, so that y'all don't just, don't be upset. Don't be upset. Y'all get mad. Oh, why? Part of the reason why is because the more you try to keep someone from doing what it is that they want to do, is the more they're going to dislike you. So how do you reverse that? You accept them doing what they want to do. If they choose to not choose you, you got to let them go. And let them go out there into the world and see that there's nothing out here. If they're stupid enough to continue to let this pride, this false pride, not even real pride, this false pride, because pride is confidence, this false pride, and they want to be out here and they want to be on some stupid stuff, and they're dysfunctional and they want that, they're going to get their butt kicked. Let them experience that. That's how they're going to learn, if they learn at all. See, I keep telling y'all, it's not about control. The more control you think you have is the less you actually do. The less control you think you have is the more control you actually do. So the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords now is about how, this is what I'm talking about. I just said it. The more contempt. So what you, Taurus, want to work on is the letting go of other people when they choose not to choose you. That will make you more attractive, as a matter of fact. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.